I'll wait till I can see me on YouTube. I think people on Twitch may be able to see us soon. On
Yeah,
YouTube, we are almost rocking and rolling.
we are
Come on.
live on Twitch. Yeah.
Come on, YouTube. There we go. We are live, Sid. So let's. Oops. I got a shout. I got an echo. There we go. Welcome to Wayne's World. Have you seen the film Wayne's World, Sid?
No, unfortunately, no.
It's like a shambolic. They have a shambolic TV show with has Mike Myers. It's like in the early '90s film, and they have a cable TV show where it's like crazy and they're playing guitars and everything goes wrong all the time. So when things go wrong, I like to say that this is Web3 Wayne's World.
Interesting.
Sid, how are you? How's life? How's
Life is wonderful. Life is wonderful. I mean, can't complain whatsoever. A lot of good things happening with MFL. I keep saying NFL. MFL.
yeah,
It's been one heck of a season so far, and we are primed to finish the season in the next 3 hours.
yeah,
And a lot hinges on my last game today in Diamond as well, because the way the championship battle is turning out, and it definitely went till the last match day. So yeah, we can touch upon it. But yeah, overall, no complaints. Great season so far, and yeah, glad to be on the stream with you. And
it's a
I was waiting to talk to you for quite some time, and what a way to catch up.
Yeah. What's strange is I mean, I'm fairly new within the MFL kind of space. I'm still getting to know everybody, names, people, and I genuinely thought there was two Sids because your username is different like everywhere. It's like Sid FIFA, Sid with numbers, Sid on Discord, just Sid on them. So I thought there was two Sids at one point. I thought there was like a FIFA content creator called Sid, and then I thought there was you, but there's only one Sid, right?
There's only one. There
Okay.
might be a clone of mine, but no, just kidding. I mean, it started off with FIFA, the journey in itself.
Yeah.
So the Sid FIFA tag has been there for quite some time. My YouTube, I think, is Sid FIFA, but in Discord, it's always been Sid. So yeah, the whole journey basically kicked off from FIFA, then started off or kind of rolled into Sorare, and that's when I kind of picked up on MFL as well from quite a few of the Sorare users that used to follow.
Yeah, same.
So yeah, I mean that's kind of the roadmap thus far.
And did you make content about FIFA or you were just playing FIFA?
Just playing FIFA,
Okay,
just
nice.
widely playing weekend leagues, 20-30 hours every week and so on. But good old days. I mean,
Yeah,
not anymore. Haven't played the last couple of, yeah, I think EAFC 24 and 25. So this
yeah.
is my second year without FIFA in the last 15 installments.
I think I'm the same. I think the last one I played was like, because I have a PlayStation, they give you free games every month. And there was
Uh,
one year when the FIFA came out for free. And I think I got that because it was free. And that was maybe 2 or 3 years ago as well. So yeah, no, I don't miss having to buy the new game every year, getting tricked with the Ultimate Team, throwing away my money. I'd much rather throw my money away on MFL where I can keep them and believe they're going to be Wonder Kids in 4 years.
Oh yeah. I echo your opinion. Exact same thing. I mean, the annual reset was what kind of pissed me off. And you're basically waiting for about 9 or 10 months till you can get your hands on like the best players, right? The
Yeah.
98, 99 rated promo players, and you'll probably be using them for 2 weeks, 3 weeks until the game gets phased out and you start with basic gold players again. I'm like, nah, not doing this for a 10, 11 cycle all over again. So it's quite problem.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. And in terms of content, I'm curious as someone who, so guys, if you don't know, Sid has a team in the Diamond League. You are the first manager I've interviewed on this channel as who's in the Diamond League, so it's very exciting for me to get the perspective of someone playing in the top league. And I do wonder, like, there's a lot of content out there for MFL. I do wonder sometimes if someone like you, do you watch it? Because surely the things that we're saying, we cannot give you tips. We can't give you advice. Like Yorkshire T and XP, they do an amazing tactics part of the podcast. But come on, you're like a diamond manager. Do you watch the content and actually learn things, or like I'm
No, I
curious
mean,
as to what you take from it?
quite a bit actually. I mean, there's a lot of different perspectives, right? So I was talking to Rory a few days back. I think this was right after the Ramble stream last week,
Yeah,
and he provided a very good insight on 424. Uh,
yeah,
I started using 424 myself in Diamond, right? So I would like to take a little bit of pride on saying that, because 424 was a non-usable formation on paper, at least. I started using that, and then I hear a completely new perspective from Rory, who has mastered the formation himself as well. So yeah, I mean, a lot of learnings, a lot of perspectives. Again, MFL, the one thing that I love about MFL is there's no one way of playing the game.
yeah,
Obviously, you'd want to win your respective league, but again, you can prioritize on grooming youngsters, focusing on the high progression monsters. You can focus on yielding a lot of MFL by loaning players to the right kind of clubs, wherein again they'll get progression as well. So the objective of every agent or user might be completely different. So I would, yeah, I love to catch up on some of the streams. And again, yours is, it is a completely different dimension altogether, right?
yeah,
From a manager perspective, you do a mid-season kind of summary, kind of an interview per se. I loved all the different angles. I love all the different angles. So yeah, I catch up on quite a few, as many as possible, and try to learn a little bit from each one of them. So
mm.
100%.
That's I mean that's probably a reason why you're a great manager. You must be because you're all willing to keep learning. Keep I'm sure that anyone that thinks I have everything sorted, I'm sussed, I know how to win this game. I'm sure those are the dangerous managers that maybe fall away and then sell and say the game's broken. I don't want to play anymore. But I think the ones that are always learning, keep improving, keep experimenting. I think that's a good tip.
No, it
Um,
is dynamic as well. I mean, the engine keeps changing. So from a gameplay perspective, there is no one staple meta per se. Things
mhm.
that work for you for 4 games or 5 games, once you head into game six, it might not work. So you need to continuously kind of keep on top of what's working, what's not. So yeah, love that about the game. Again, I mean, the market perspective as well. What are the players that you're buying, what's the right kind of price that you're able to spend on a player, without the risk of them not yielding the ROI per se. So yeah, there's different angles to the game, and yeah, all of it makes it like so very interesting as a package.
Yeah, nice. I should just say, by the way, when I knew you were coming on today, I was like, when I put my football shirt on, I was like, where's my Real Madrid shirt? I have to put my Real Madrid shirt on. Sid's coming on, and I've left it in England. My parents have a house in England. I live in Mexico, so I was like, I have this Real Madrid one from. It has like Ronaldo on the back. It's like a white and gold one from like the third season Ronaldo was at Madrid, like white and gold.
It was the
Uh,
12, I think, 11, 12 season with Ozil and Ronaldo connection.
yes,
Yeah.
that was the one. Great shirt.
Yeah.
So the closest I could get to Real Madrid was Ibar because they at least play in Spain. So
Oh, that is a bar.
yeah,
Okay.
uh-huh.
It's nice.
I saw the little La Liga thing on the side. And I was like, "Ah, that's close enough. Let me put that on. Let me put that on today." So
Yeah,
uh,
each time I jump on a stream, I was like, "Oh, should I be wearing a Real Madrid shirt?" And this is the first time I'm wearing one actually.
yeah.
Uh, Part of the reason is I have the white Raul jersey in the background. I don't
Hmm.
want to be wearing white as well, but today I'm like, okay, let me try a Real Madrid shirt on. So,
Nice. Do you watch it? Do you watch sort of every Real Madrid game? That's your number one team?
oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. I try to watch most of the games live, at least on the phone with the commentary running in parallel. But yeah, that the 90 or an hour and a half slot is basically dedicated to Real Madrid and nothing else. So
Nice.
it's kind of programmed into my weekly schedule right now. Yeah, I fought. started following them like back in 2001 2 when Zizou came in. And back then, I mean, it was really tough catching up on La Liga. I'm from India, so it wasn't easy to catch up on the telecast of La Liga. And this was up until like 2006 7. So I used to
Whoa.
watch these 10-minute, 15-minute extended highlight versions the following morning, because the games would happen like late at night, Indian Standard Time. But yeah, I mean, since I moved to the US, it's been 90 minutes week in week out, and try to catch up on everything. Out of very close to New York, out of
Okay.
New Jersey.
Nice. And I'm sort of similar. I mean, I grew up in England as a Chelsea fan, but I always had a soft spot for Real Madrid for similar reasons. Zinedine Zidane became my favorite player when he was at Real Madrid and just was a magician. And I loved David Beckham so much. And then when he moved to Real Madrid, it was official. It was like, okay, this is just a team I just have to keep watching, keep enjoying. And I don't love them to the extent where I hate Barcelona, and I'm not like a fully Madrista, fully but yeah, like I've enjoyed watching them for many years. They've never had a boring team. Never had a There's always a Zidane, a Beckham, a Ronaldo, Ozil. And what I also love about Real Madrid is there's always somebody who's the unsung hero. There's always the star, and then there's always Claude Makelele, or there's always Ozil was one of them, or even Benzema was like, because it was Ronaldo's show, and Benzema was just hardworking, giving him assists, giving him everything. Like, and that's what I love about them as well. Like, you can watch it for the stars, and then you can watch it to understand football. Like, oh no, wait, they're great because it's other players as well.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I still can't believe how underrated Benzema was during the BBC days. The focus was always on Cristiano or Bale, right? Both of them were like huge money acquisitions who came in. They were the ones who were taking up a lot of roles as well. And Benzema was kind of the feeder per se. Up until he got to the Ballon d'Or season, I mean, he wasn't really up there in terms of recognition.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, there's always someone in the engine room, and Fede Valverde is like one of my current favorites.
Oh yeah.
Not spoken about a lot, but man, I mean, he's like a two-lung beast. Just keeps running throughout the 90, makes things happen. So just love the squad.
And he could play anywhere. I'm pretty sure he could play on the wing, left back, in goal. Maybe he can play every position, and probably
Yes,
like a 7 out of 10 in every position.
Yeah. I think goalkeeper is probably the only position he hasn't played so far. And it's amazing. I mean, Zabi is still preferring him or starting him at right back over Trent. I mean, Trent is coming back from injury, but I mean, his performances at right back has been nothing short of amazing. So
Yeah.
I don't know how like a midfielder, a dynamic midfielder like him, who could just like play all across the line. It's good to see.
If he was an MFL player, he would have like 10 different positions, like CM, RM, RB, LB, CB. Like,
we should have something or someone like that in the future. Maybe, I mean, that's an idea you could float, like an all-purpose utility player. You can play across 5-6 different positions without the rating getting hampered so much.
Because in MFL, is it like the 3 positions maximum? I don't think I've ever seen more than 3.
Yeah, 3 is at least what's called out for. You could still play them in a 4th position and 5th position without the rating being down so much. But yeah, officially, I think 3 is the max you could play a player in.
Yeah.
So
okay.
If you could get a little bit more flexibility on that'll be great. But might not be good for the market. But it's from a utility perspective, though.
Now I wanted to ask you how you found the Ramble, because I think I kind of discovered you maybe through the Ramble Discord, and I kept seeing you popping up, and I was like, hey, everything he says is interesting. I like this guy. And the Ramble kind of feels like my tribe, my MFL tribe. Like, I know there's a few English speaking ones that when they did the gold rush thing that I could have joined. And they even asked me if I want to have my own one, but I just was like, nah, I don't know why. Like, I'm just really attached to these guys now, the Ramble. Like, I just think they're really lovely, really nice guys. So how did you find them? Like, when you started playing MFL, I'm very curious as to how you discovered them and the other kind of groups within MFL, like the community.
Ramble was actually through Sorare, I believe, because I was part of the Ramble Discord from, I believe, August or September of last year. And the MFL introduction came around like the November timeframe. So it's been
Okay.
exactly a year since I hopped on MFL. So I did join Ramble right before that, like a couple of months prior. Uh, but I did find the MFL Ramble channel through the Discord, and that's when I started connecting with the likes of David, Kev, Kodap, a lot of folks, Bob as well. And I was like, okay, this is a great community. I know Sorare used to be quite a bit interactive in terms of team building or lineup suggestions and so on. But the dynamic within the MFL community was completely different. Uh, and I loved it. I mean, there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of like daily interactions going on. And that's when I started to learn about MFL a little. And then I was watching one of Quinny's videos or streams back then, and that kind of completely looped me in. I was
Yeah.
looking at one of his cup games, I think, back then, and I was like, "Oh, I really love this. So let me give it a go." And that's how the journey started. And since then, I mean, like you mentioned, Ramble is like my go-to base as well when it comes to MFL. Anything, any questions that come up, any
Yeah.
suggestions, market movements. There's a lot of great people to help out. Uh, and whoever you ask a question to, I mean, you like instantaneously get a response
Yeah.
most of the times, and that is amazing. I mean, people are open to helping you out, though you might be playing against them in the next season or two, but yeah, a lot of great interaction and a lot of great people.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to the Ramble. We love you guys. Um, so, Sid, how it works is I usually start off looking at my team. Um, I have two teams, so it's been a very strange season. I cannot wait for the season to end. I just cannot wait. As you'll see here from the league table, there we are, supporting the rest of the teams. One win, one draw, all defeats. And in fact, this is why I messaged you, because I tried the 4-2-4 like halfway through the season, because I was like, "Ah, I've got nothing else to go. What's that one formation everybody says don't play? I might as well try it. I might as well experiment with it." And I don't think that this season, because my team is so much worse than everybody else's, and
Mm.
I'm in a position where I haven't put any money into MFL up until now, and I've been playing for like four seasons, I think. And I bought two clubs, and then I haven't deposited any other money into the game. And I was trying to play like that, like if I can be self-sufficient, if I can earn MFL, buy players with the packs, and that was my strategy to try and be like that. And I think that's going to change now, because after this season, I've kind of seen that I do need to invest a little bit if I want to keep progressing almost. And I don't necessarily want to go up to the top leagues. I kind of want to have a bit of fun with it and not spend that much money on the game, but as much as I'm comfortable with. So, and I'm a little bit like you. I've heard you in other places saying that like you don't buy like packs, and you're very sensible with your purchases. I'm the same. I did like 2 pack drops when I first started, and one was great and I had the high, one was terrible, I had the low. And I've since realized that like if I spend that much money that I would have bought the pack for on a position I really need, like with the stats that I want, and he might be 26, he might not be as young as I maybe could get at a pack, but he does the job. That's my kind of sensible, steady, slow approach to this game. So this has been a harsh season for me, because that steady, slow approach has got me all the way up to stone, and then now it's like, whoa, okay, there's a legendary in this league. It's crazy. It's like what a big step up. So
That is interesting. I mean, the power creep has been kind of crazy over the last like 2 to 3 seasons. It used to be silver and up or gold and up used to be really tough, and
yeah,
every season it seems to drop
to
below
trap a
or one
league.
below have. Yeah, and I'm really surprised to actually see there's a legendary in Stone.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I mean, hopefully things again start changing once these mass retirements start coming in. But yeah, like you said, Amreezy, I mean, great, good approach. I try doing the same, or at least up until now, I've tried following that to the T as well. No packs strictly. I buy packs, but they get offloaded in the secondary market, and I try to pinpoint my target and buy rather than chancing it on a pack. It's worked well so far. And I was telling Kevis today, I think I'll be continuing that at least for the next 3 to 4 seasons, up
Yeah.
until where I feel I'm in a very good situation with regards to what I've put in, what the ROI is, and from there on, really start having fun and start taking a little bit more chances. Up
Yeah.
until then, it be kind of conservative but calculated approach.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. So and the other thing I'm thinking of doing is, I've loaned a few players this year. I think I almost am looking forward to like going back down a division and maybe loaning less and kind of just developing my players a little more, sticking with my players, being a bit more patient. And I've got a question. Okay, so I was playing when I was trying the 4-2-4 formation. A problem I had was my best player is a cam, and he's okay as a striker. He goes from a 78 to 74, so it's still okay. But my approach has always been I need the formation that gets the most out of him. He's the best player. He has the perfect stats for cam. I wonder if you have any, just you don't have to go too in depth, but any thoughts on if it's a good idea to put your best player in another position and try and get something else out of him, or if you should just go, okay, he's the guy we need to build the team around, so we have to only play formations with a cam.
Uh, I am very flexible with formations and setup. And the number one thing that defines my formation is what will I be potentially facing in the next game. So I never go in with kind of a fixed formation or a setup for any game for that matter, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
look at least 3 or 4 games of my next opponent, the previous games that they've played, see if there is any kind of uh, pattern with regards to how they've played. If it is a template formation that they're using game in, game out, it makes things a little easier. So I set up a counter formation accordingly. And I've never thought on the lines of a best player and how to make best use of him. It has always been what is what could be the best approach to get those 3 points, right? So
Mm.
in your case, if the cam can play as a left winger, uh, gets a -2, but a formation with a left winger, let's say 4-3-3 defense or a 4-2-4 for that matter, if that is what you think is best to face against your next opponent, then I will be all in to roll that, sacrificing that -2 on the best player, even because that gives you a higher probability of getting the 3 points that you want. Might affect the progression a little, but again, that's not a showstopper. You'll still have chances to play him at cam for quite a few games in the course of the season, but the next opponent and the counter setup is kind of the priority.
So this season, for example, with the Galacticos team, how many formations would you say you've used all season?
Good question. Last season it was, I believe, 14. This season I want to say it's roughly around 11 or 12.
Okay.
Uh, so yeah, it keeps changing. I think there was one instance where I used the same formation twice in a row. Other than that, it's usually just it just keep switching it. One thing is I want to stay unpredictable for my opponent, and the second thing being how do I counter my opponent's setup, right? If he has a weak right back, or if he has a weak center midfield, what is the best formation that could exploit that weakness. So that's
Mm.
That's the lines that I'm thinking of.
And are you one of these managers that does constant friendlies, constant testing tactics against different formations?
Not not a lot. Most of it usually gets done like prior to the season, right? And that is purely to understand the engine, to see what are the outliers that may or may not work. Uh, so about 95% of the base team instructions, including the width, the depth, and the both attacking and the defensive width as well. So those are the only three things that keep changing. But outside of that, the team instructions per se, 90% of it or higher gets set in the preseason, right?
Yeah.
So once that is done, I'm comfortable with the way things are working. But through the course of the season, if I go through, let's say, a 3-4 game winless run, then I do try to change things up a bit. But again, I try to make sure I'm not too knee jerky in terms of making a lot of changes during the course of the season as well. Uh, but yeah, I would say 70 to 80% of the friendlies happen prior to game one. There are certain friendlies through the course of the season. And again, at Diamond, there are only, I believe, 3 or 4 teams which are even open to playing friendlies against.
Oh,
So that
wow.
kind of, yeah, that kind of limits the option. The rest of them, uh, uh, the friendlies are disabled. So you're only able to play against these 3 or 4 opponents to tweak things around. That's part
Mm.
of the reason why I try to get these tactics zeroed in by the beginning of match day one.
Yeah, that's sensible. And hopefully, with the engine staying the same next season, you'll need to do less preseason this year because it's like you know what the engine is like again. Um,
I was hoping no games at all. Just take a 10-day break, chill out,
oh,
and
beautiful,
yeah, that'll be great. Really, I mean,
nice.
off season is something that I really look forward to. Just don't do anything. I did make a major market move this morning, and with that, I think the
Ooh.
Diamond team should be in a good place. But outside of that, I don't think there will be any, uh, not a lot of activity per se prior
Hmm.
to next season. And I'm pretty sure something is going to be, or MFL is going to cook something for us for preseason as well,
Oh
similar
yeah.
to Rush. So you'll need all the energy to go for 48 hours without
Oh
sleep
yeah.
if it needs to be. So
Okay. Yeah. Let me wrap up my team then. So this one, yeah, we're waiting for next season. We have still learned some lessons. We got to the I think quarterfinals in the cup, so we earned a little bit of MFL there. Um, and for me, it's mainly been the reserve team for me this year. So they are. Oh, I just spoiled my last result, a nil-nil draw.
oh
But
dang, did it go through
that.
just now?
Yeah, I think this just happened like 10 minutes ago. This game.
Ah,
So
shucks.
so it's okay. I needed to avoid a defeat to finish second. So we finished second. This is in Flint, this team. So hopefully we can win this playoff game, get into the Spark, I think, next. So this team I've been having a lot more fun with. Obviously, much more successful season. It's kind of been like I've been like forgetting the main team and just jumping. I'm watching these games first. All my attention on this for playing with the tactics here more than the other team where I gave up like halfway through the season. So this has been a lot of fun. We're second. We didn't prioritize the cup at all in this. What's your strategy on the cup? Do you take it as seriously as the league and see how it goes, or do you prioritize the league or the cup?
Uh, I Last season I did not prioritize the cup, at least in Titans. Right, so Titans was mostly about playing 3 or 4 backup quality players, including the goalkeeper. But this season, the overall squad strength improved quite a bit compared to the last. So I did go all in on both the league and the cup. So made it up until quarterfinals, and I mean, yeah, once you get into the knockouts, it's basically a coin toss from that point on, I feel. So, yeah, quarterfinals still is a huge win. I haven't won a cup since, I believe, season six. So it's been quite some time. Hopefully, can get a cup run in the next season or two. But yeah, I'll try to prioritize both in the upcoming seasons as well.
Nice. Thank you for the message, Hernduzi. Up the Amreezy reserves, much appreciated. And Kerry, if you're still watching, I know you said you don't, not a fan of MFL, but I'm glad you'll enjoy the Zora content, Kerry. So thanks for popping in and saying hello. So yeah, those are my seasons done. I don't know if you know, Sid, I make an MFL documentary, which is going to be back for season 10, which is
Awesome.
which is I'm very excited about. So that is also, it follows my main team. So I'm also kind of glad I got relegated from that one, because now it's going to be a more interesting documentary. Like, we're not going to be losing every single game. So that's what's coming up
Now,
next for
the
me.
whole tone of the documentary, I loved it, right? I mean, you put a black and white screen up with the sad music in the background saying, oh, we crashed out of the cup. Again, love the different angles that you could build and the narratives you could set up for your agency and for your team. That's why, I mean, MFL as a whole just offers so many different
Yeah.
perspectives. And yeah, looking forward to the documentary in season 10. Hopefully, there is something special MFL are cooking as well, since it's season 10.
Yes. Yeah.
That's going to probably add to the documentary piece too.
That little clip of you saying, I'm looking forward to the documentary, can I clip that and use it in a trailer that I'm making with lots of managers talking about me?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Thank you,
No
Sid.
copyright bans from me.
Perfect. Right. That's my team done. We're ready for season 10. Looking forward to
I
preseason.
I have a question on the team that got relegated. So, what was the projections like early season, and were you expecting the team to not perform great going into season 9?
Yeah, no, it was projected to finish bottom, and like quite a considerable distance. Like, it wasn't like every metric was considerably worse than just the one team above me. It was like worst best 11, worst thing, worst thing. So I was in this moment where I was like, okay, what do I do? Do I sort of try and loan a lot of players in? And I did try. At first I sent a lot of offers for loans, spoke to some people in the community, and I got one or two, but it wasn't enough. And there was a little bit of an idea where people told me, it's okay, your team's okay, we'll fine, you can finish mid-table. There was a little bit of delusion where I thought, okay, maybe if I just, I can do this, I can manage it well. But and I didn't really buy many players as well, so I didn't strengthen enough. It was the same team that got promoted from the division below. It was a very competitive division, but I think even if it wasn't a competitive division, I didn't strengthen enough, basically. So yeah, that was the problem. Handuzi is asking for a reintroduction to Sid. Can I have a reintroduction? Sid is a great MFL manager. He has a team in Diamond. He's the first time we've had a Diamond manager on the show. We're going to get to his team soon. So in fact, let's do that now. This is your introduction to Sid Hernduzi. He owns 5 clubs. Which club came first, Sid? Which was your first one? Or have you sold it?
The diamond one came first, actually,
Okay.
and I believe I started off in bronze. The team had won iron and got promoted into bronze. This was season. I keep getting confused if it was season 1 or season 2. But yeah, the New York license was my first purchase, and we started off in bronze. Uh, and I believe it has been like a steady uptick since then. I think there was one season where I got held up in silver, but outside of that, every season was promotion, which was great. I mean, I
Yeah.
did build my team to be on top of silver or somewhere mid-table gold. Uh, Never expected it to make it to diamond. That is for sure. But yeah, that's my first license, and yeah, since then I've added quite a few as well.
And when you got that license, was bronze the bottom division? Or did you buy a
No,
club?
ice was still bottom back then.
Okay.
And then we got both Flint, Spark added, I believe, season 4, season 5 around that time frame. But yeah, there were a couple of 3 divisions lower than bronze, though. So I think Iron, Stone, and Ice were below bronze.
Okay. And then the other teams, have you just been picking these up because you have players that you are not good enough for your team and you need somewhere to play them, or do you have a kind of a different vision for where you want to build your agency?
So the Blancos team was a Madrid-based license, so I had to get that. Right. So
Of
I
course.
I purchased my own license. There was only one license I purchased out of the store, and I believe that was based out of Australia. And back when it was in bronze, Scrub had this Madrid license, which was based out of Spain,
Hmm.
and we had a deal to swap those two up. So none of these are first own licenses per se, but that was the story with the Blancos squad. And then the other three are based out of India. When MFL added India and some of the locations based out of India, I wanted few teams in my agency.
Yeah.
Uh, Min and Blue was my first Indian purchase, and Chennai is the place I'm very close to. There's
Okay.
actually a very famous cricket team franchisee which is called Chennai Super Kings. I don't know if you follow cricket.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I
You
know
do.
them. I
Yeah.
don't follow
So
cricket like that heavily, but I am aware of the teams, and I've seen a little bit. Like I have some. I used to live with some roommates who were obsessed with cricket, and they kind of made me pick a team. They made me. I followed the Punjab team because
okay.
my grandparents and my great grandparents are also from India, and they're
Okay.
from the Punjab region. So I was like, okay, I guess that's my team, and so yeah, a little bit of cricket knowledge.
Nice, nice. Yeah. So yeah, Chennai has a team. They're called Chennai Super Kings and CSK. So that's why I had picked up those two licenses as well. So yeah, I mean, the idea is to have one of the Chennai based licenses in the future to be the flag bearer club.
Okay.
Again, I don't know how long that's going to take, probably another 10 seasons or even more. But I'm hoping to switch between the New York based license and the Chennai based license. So this one could be like the top with all the top players on there. So that'll be the dream. But that's the idea.
Okay.
The initial thought process was to have one or two teams below or one or two levels below the top team, so it can kind of act as a feeder club, so where I could throw in all the relatively related players who are progression who have progression potential. But again, I it didn't work out the way I thought it would. For some reason, my brain was thinking, okay, you just plug in 10 players who are 80 rated, and within the next two seasons, they're all going to be 84, 85. It doesn't work
Hmm.
that way in MFL,
Yeah.
unfortunately, right? So I kind of scraped that idea. But yeah, here the plan is just to have the backup players in there and see who is progressing really, and hoping for at least one or two players from one of these backup teams to get through to a diamond level. So that's why
Hmm.
I constantly keep looking at players who progress, who is available on the market, and those are the players who go into one of these teams.
Nice. And do you think you'll get more clubs in the future, or five is enough?
No, I mean, five is like the uppermost echelon for me. I
Yeah.
just don't have time to manage or time to invest in more than five clubs. Four would be really optimal. Five is kind of pushing it. So yeah, I mean, five is where I'm kind of happy with right now.
And you've got two teams in ice. If they get promoted, then do you have a problem where it's like, I need a lower team now. My teams are too high. They're all. What if they all get promoted? Will you have to sort of buy another one and sell one of those ones or something like that?
Good question. I haven't thought about it, to be honest. This one I think will probably remain in ice. The idea is to have this in mid-table ice, and like you could see, I don't mind or didn't mind giving a large part of rev share as well, because I have like 4 or 5 players probably, and the others are from uh, the Ramble community folks. I
Yeah.
think Kev's players are in here, sponsors, Jero as well.
Yeah.
So the idea is have one team in ice. This probably stays in ice. The other I squad finished in second, so they are through to the playoffs. So hopefully
Ah,
can get that promoted into stone. So the idea is have one in ice, one in stone, one in iron, one in gold, and obviously the top one in diamond. On the gold team, we actually have kind of a discussion going between myself and Bob. We wanted to see if we could combine all our like 90-ish players who we don't use in diamond and see if we could push one gold team up to plat. So that is another thing that we're thinking of doing in the future. But yeah, if I can have like a ladder kind of a system, it'll be easy for some of these progression guys to make it to the top team. So that's the idea.
it's what I just love about this game, that we can just have these conversations with other managers, build new ideas, teams, projects, like, and it seems like everyone's playing in a slightly different way to everyone else, and we're all having fun. We're all in our own little worlds, and yeah, like little conversations like that between you and Bob are like why this game is so special. You can't do that in Sorry, you can't do that on Football Manager, FIFA. You like it's yeah. I'm sure I don't need to tell you, but it's a great
Oh
game
yeah,
for
yeah, no,
that.
100%. There's a lot of angles and a lot of community interaction in this game for sure.
Yeah,
No two ways about it. And again, the more and more relationship you build with other agencies or other managers, it opens up avenues to things that you can explore within the game as well. Right. So
yeah.
again, there's the marketplace where there are traders who try to uh, spot potential in the early days. They take the risk of getting a 55 rated player in who got a plus 10 in the previous season. He gets to a 75 and an 80 rated. There is a specific market for those kind of players. So you could
Mm,
purely be a trader without even getting involved in the gameplay aspect of things. And
yeah,
then you could be just a manager who can just loan all the players in, probably for a 95% rev share, keep just 5% for yourself, but just focus on winning. You don't need to do anything else. Just focus on setting up the right formation. How do I get 3 points in the next game? So a lot of avenues to play the game. That's what makes it so interesting for me.
yeah. And in your ice teams, are there any sort of players that you're attached to, that are your favorites, that are, like I'm looking at this guy, for example. He's had a great season, like a one of the highest rated players at the club. Are these the kind of players that you see and you kind of root for? You really want them to progress so you can use them higher up, or is it
There,
purely no emotion?
I would say there is very minimal emotion. There is
Mm-hmm.
some, but very minimal though. I mean, most of them are connected to my like earlier purchases.
Okay.
So when you look at my agency as a whole, there are two players. One is Franchi, who's the left back, and Santana, who's a goalkeeper. So those were my first two relatively big purchases back in season one, season two time frame, and both of them have stayed in the agency since then. So yeah, Santana is a 30-year-old goalkeeper, and I think when I picked him up, he was an 85 rated, so he's
Mm-hmm.
grown quite a bit. And Franchi, who's the left back, I think when I got him, he was an 81 or an 82. So those two guys are kind of have some emotional attachment to those, but
Yeah.
other than that, it's just I'm trying to constantly cycle out or cycle in players in a way that I focus on some of these good progressors, right? So one of the things that am trying to do actively is at the end of the season, just export the whole agency to a CSV, see what the progression looks like, and if they haven't progressed in the last season or last couple of seasons, I'm starting to think, is there any potential here? Should I just sell them, move them on, and try to get a different player in who has the potential to grow? That way the agency stays a little fresh, and you are adding strength to your team as well, right? So one of the things that I just noticed prior to the pod was so the team that I had in uh, oh, the other ice team, right, which I said finished second. So I got a plus 21 progression on that squad. So that is the type of thing that I'm looking for. So the team was, ratings wise, it was projected to finish fifth. It finished
Okay.
second with very strong movers. The other one, I think, the
Oh,
one
the other
with
one.
the yellow, yeah. So that's what kind of makes things kind of interesting for me, right? So the guy, the center back, who got
Oh
a plus
wow,
5,
+5 in one season. Oof.
yeah, and he's been
He looks
going
special.
consistent. Yeah, yeah. So these guys are who I am trying to kind of find or pick up like early doors. So again, you buy 10 or 15 of these players instead of buying, let's say, one Lego,
Yeah.
and hoping two or three of these break out into a Lego status in the future. So it's again, it's a calculated gamble. I mean, you could go either way, but I try to kind of keep things balanced between big purchases and also picking up players as such.
I've had a few conversations with different managers about how they buy players, like what do they look for. And some managers have told me that they want a fresh player. They want someone with no history so that there's the potential they could explode, they could go up. And then I've heard other managers like you saying they want to see some progression already so they know that player's on their way up. So if we take this player, for example, like if you bought him, say, at what stage, what do you look for basically? Like, do you need to have seen some progression, or is it stats, or is it age? Like, what's the first thing you kind of go straight to look for? The first thing.
The first thing is definitely the progression, right? The age factored in as well. I try not to go uh, too deep into 30 plus year olds,
Yeah.
but again, there is some potential or some value there as well. But my optimal buy would be a 25 or a 26-year old with a steep ladder, right?
Okay.
Again, I'll give you an example of what I think is a perfect buy. Again, price wise, it might not be great, at least for now. Let me take a look at my agency really quick. So if you look at come on, okay. So I have this. Oh, I had the filter on. That's why. Okay, so one of my recent purchases. His name is Servin. He's a CDM 83 rated, and I picked him up when he was 80 rated, which was just few days back, and
He's not sure.
I
He's not. None
should
of these,
be.
is he?
Yeah, it's Silvino Servin, and he's 83 rated CDM.
83 city. Maybe I'll order by
So
his
if
rank.
you click on progression and select all, and then sort it
Ah,
by progression, he
I
should
think
be
I
right
found
there.
him.
Yeah. So this guy, if you look at it, he's got those multiple steps in a
Yeah.
ladder, right? So if I notice, let's say 3 or 4 different steps, and it keeps continuing with the tier break being relatively close to when he got to a 74 or an 84, then that
Ah.
is a very good purchase for me.
Okay.
Because some players, when they get to 74, it takes them a season, couple of seasons to break through, and they may slow down. In his case, he broke through from 64 to 65 the very next season, and 74 to 75 happened within the same season. And when I got him, he went from a 75 to an 80 within the first half of the season. Right. So, like,
So
okay,
you
he's,
you bought him around here at this kind of.
yes, right after he
Okay.
broke through as a rare. Yeah.
Ah. Okay.
So my thought process is okay. So he's 27, slightly on the older side, but he's still growing.
Yeah.
And he started off as a 45 rated. He's close to a plus 40 now. So he could keep going. So that is one of the things that I look for. And uh, most of the players, like really high rated ones, I've seen they peak around 30 or post 30. So if there is a leading indicator as such that leads me to believe, okay, he can still keep progressing, I get, or I'm very interested in that player. Uh,
Hmm.
the fresh player thing, I did start off on that. The first 1 or 2 round of purchases was, let me just buy a 20-year-old player who's just been packed. There would be a lot of potential, right? But I then ran across quite a few players who would get a +1 and then just flatline, or not even hit a +1 up until like 4 or 5 seasons later.
Mm.
So I'm like, no, that's not a good enough indicator for me. Would rather chance it on such a player and then back them to go 2 more ladders up or 2 more steps up till they get to like that really promising state where you could play them in a silver or a gold or even in a diamond.
We've got a good question here about this kind of approach, saying, is it luck? You know, when you get a player like this one on screen, for example, do you think I need a bit of luck, or is it more of a case of, if I keep doing this, there's a system, there's a method. It's not luck. It's, I see the steps. It's gonna keep going up.
It's definitely a calculated gamble. I would say there is a little bit of methodological approach per se.
Mm-hmm.
It's not completely luck. You see the signs, right? I mean, if he is going from 45 to a 75 within 4 seasons, you know he will most likely keep growing. Again, there is a chance that he flatlines at 75, right? But high likelihood is he'll keep growing. There will be a couple more cycles, and then there is an 80-20 rule as well. If you look at the white paper, I don't know if it's 80-20 or an 85-20, 85-15, but somewhere in there it states during the peak the player grows 80% of their whole potential. The
Mm-hmm.
other 20% might be distributed around the peak age. So I'm still banking on the 20% to come through even if the peak stops. So worst case scenario, I get him at 80 rated, he gets to an 83 rated. Best case scenario, he goes 90 plus and cracks onto the top team.
And is there a? I'm sorry, I've really gone down this hole of buying, but I'm fascinated by it because it's something that I'm going to be doing more now that I'm preparing to invest more money into this game. So this is very, very useful for information for me. I hope people watching this later, you know, comment in the video if you found Sid's tips useful, on Twitch, on YouTube, wherever you watch this later. But you know, let us know. But basically, your strategy when you buy this guy, is it like he's going to improve and then I can sell him for more, or is it he's going to improve and then he'll be in my team until he retires?
It depends on what their usage is at that point of time. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'll give you another example, and this is you asked me if I'm attached to one player, right? This is a player I'm definitely attached to. I
I
should
love
have
it.
given you the name earlier. So he's a 90 rated striker. His name is Fierro.
Here he
Uh,
is.
He's 34 years old. He's going to be 35 post rollover on Monday. I picked him up when he was an 84 rated player and he was 31 back then. He was listed for really cheap. I think it was 80 or $85.
80,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, so the idea was he hasn't gotten the retirement sign yet.
Mm-hmm.
Worst case scenario, I get to use an 84 rated striker for 3 seasons bare minimum. Is it worth $80? Definitely. Back then, 84 strikers were not a rare commodity, but they still were kind of OP for the bronze team that I had. So the idea was, okay, let's just go ahead and get it. And I was looking at the progression, and he had crazy progression back then. And I get him, and he still keeps going. He
He's still
broke through.
going. He hasn't
He's
stopped.
still going. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he was 89 prior to this season. He got a +1, and he got a recent physical upgrade as well to 98. So no complaints from me at all. I mean, he's one who I'm really attached to. I believe I got a loan offer for him in Plat preseason, and I didn't want to send him on loan. I told the manager that I'm really attached to him. I
He's
mean,
my
I know,
boy. Sorry.
yeah. I want to use him up until he retires, no matter what his rating is, no
Yeah.
matter what team he plays in. And he got a golden boot and silver. He'll be playing in gold next season. So uh, I'm kind of hoping that he gets to a 91, 92, and he can play in diamond for at least one season. That is
Hmm.
my dream with him. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, these are the kind of purchases I'm looking to make. Now, if you look at it, 90 rated for $80, who I've already used him for like 3, 4 seasons.
Oh,
He's
he
got
scores so
many.
many goals as well, like 30 goals, 30, 20, 30, 30. Like, whoa, he's a machine.
He's a banger. I know David is going to hate this. I sold him a striker named Colin. He absolutely loves him. He got a
Uh-huh.
golden boot this season for him as well. But Fiero
Nice.
was the reason I sold him Colin. Uh,
Ah.
so Colin is an 89 rated, I believe, right now. And David, if you're watching this later, Fiero has gone past him, and uh, got myself another golden boot winner.
Where's he gone? Where's he gone? Okay, last. We haven't even got to the diamond team. Like, last buying question is: you look for this. You said this these steps and progression shortly after. What if you saw this? What if you bought him here when he was 29 years old and he's just gone up? You haven't seen any steps, but you've seen he's progressed like crazy. Do you need to see another step, or is one step enough for you?
No, the second step is a very good indicator per se. One step might be, at least for me, an outlier, right? One
Mm-hmm.
step and he could still flatline. The challenge with Fiero is he was minted at 28, right?
Yeah.
The I've seen players who are minted at 28 who get a retirement sign at 29, right? So there is again the risk reward thing which you'll have to gauge up. If he was listed at, let's say, $150, I wouldn't have probably pulled the trigger. An 84 striker who is 32 uh, years old back then, was he worth 150? I may not have purchased him, but even that would have still been worth, looking at his growth now. So I do look at that second ladder, but for each of these steps that you see, the price does grow incrementally as well,
Yeah.
right? The seller would ask, hey, he got plus 15 over the last 2 years, so you have to pay me 3x the price of that rated players floor, what's on the market. So that,
Okay.
that definitely keeps growing. But again, you know for sure that there is potential. If you see
Yeah.
those steep steps, then you know they'll keep going, or they will most likely keep going, and you're going to have yourself a banger of a player.
And I mean, if you're watching this and you pack a 28-year-old, this Freddy Fierro is the kind of the thing to make yourself feel better. You know, it's not necessarily over if you pack a 28-year-old. Maybe this happens. And the other thing I want to say is I just added into my watch list. Don't get worried. I'm not going to make an offer. I just want to follow his career out. I'm very curious now and to see like when he retires. Like he keeps going 34 and no retirement symbol. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I think he was just chilling out in his life up until he turned 28. Suddenly jumped onto the pro scene and turned into a Van Nistelrooy like
Yeah. What a
that.
story.
What again? Things to love about MFL, right? So love it, love it.
And so we're moving through your clubs now. We're on Los Blancos, who are top. Looks like won the league. You're going to be in the gold division next season. That's very exciting. Has this gone to plan? Was you projected to finish first? It was a very smooth season, or has it been hard work?
Uh, it was projected to finish third, actually, but I did go to plan. Again, having such a talisman striker helps, and the overall team again is very balanced, very decent in terms of progression as well. I think I had like a +9 progression in the squad. So I was hoping to get into a playoff spot where I could hopefully, I was thinking, get a favorable fixture and try to push through to gold. But yeah, I mean, having Fierro was a game changer.
Yeah, I'm seeing your top performers this season. Looks like Max has helped out as well. He's had a good season.
Yeah, Reynard,
Nice.
I think I got him like right before that season. I didn't have a winger set up with this team whatsoever. So I did want to have that as an option. And all of these learnings are coming out of Diamond, right? Mostly my lower teams have like three or four formations at best. But looking at things in Diamond and how favorably it worked with the usage of several formations and setup, I try to mimic that to the lower teams as well. So when
Mm-hmm.
you look at the other teams, each of them will have both wide mids and also wingers. So I could go a 4-3-3, any variant within 4-3-3, or a 4-1-2-1-2 wide, or a 5-4-1. So yeah, just make sure that flexibility is in the squad. So even if you're facing a relatively tougher opposition, you could still even out the odds that way.
Yeah, that's a big thing I need to learn. Is that I don't have enough flexibility. I always have like one main tactic, and then I say have a slight variation on it. So if it's like 4-3-3 attack, I try to have a CDM as well, so I can do 4-3-3 defend. I don't usually go okay. One version with the wide midfielders, three at the back, all of these kind of formations. Yeah, that's one of my harsh lessons. The other thing I'm noticing is that the band of overall ratings is nice and tight here. You've got like 90 to 84 basically. Is that something you is that intentional? Is are all your teams like that, or is that you don't think it's too important?
No, I don't think it was intentionally set up that way. It was mainly with just looking at what the power levels are in the specific divisions and try to be at least mid-table in that division, so I could give myself a realistic opportunity to shoot for top two or top three.
Yeah.
And again, one other thing is also, Amreezy, I know you mentioned about staple formations. So the squad composition per se, right? I never have tried to uh, get on the route of purchasing like for like replacements within the squad, right? So
Mm-hmm.
let's say if you're going to play four at the back, uh, I've never tried to get four center backs so you can consistently rotate between four center backs, right? I'd rather have three center backs, and all of my squads, if you look at it, it'll just have one right back and one left back. And the idea again is so you will have only five defenders, but with the consistent change of formation and setups, you will still be able to keep them relatively fresh. So 92, 93% fitness is the bare minimum I try to swap them out by. But again, you can run that with just five defenders in the squad. So instead of having four center backs, two left backs, two right backs, which is going to be eight players, you're probably paying almost similar price or even a little lower price on five players. Uh, but that gives you the flexibility to be able to play these three or four or five formations even.
Yeah. When Bruce from the Yorkshire TNXP podcast, when he was on the show, he was saying the same thing. He makes a spreadsheet, he says, and he's constantly making sure everyone's getting a rest in like a staggered rests and like my thing with that though is like, what if you say are playing a formation and you need four at the back, but it's the turn to rest your right back and left back, but you're playing someone where the formation would be really good to play for. Is that ever a problem, or that never usually happens?
It is a problem for sure. That is a challenge that you will come across. So one thing that again, from a planning perspective, just try to look one or two games ahead, right?
Yeah.
So that way you will kind of be able to say, what will I need for the next game or the following game? And anyone that is close to that 91, 92 threshold, if you need them for the next game, then prioritize that accordingly. Again, the other good thing is also if you figured out a counter setup, there's usually more than one as well. Right? I use MFL coach predominantly for the formation meta. uh, there's always like two or three different counter formations to a setup who what you think the opponent may play. So there's a little bit of flexibility from that angle. But yeah, you may again run into a scenario where you don't want to run a three at the back formation, but your third center back is low on stamina. You'll have to set up four at the back. Again, you could counteract some of those things with the way you set up. uh, you're running four at the back instead of three at the back, so can you play it more narrow? Can you play it more deeper, to be able to still figure out a plan against that specific opponent?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. The formation MFL coach thing, I have heard managers say they don't like it or they don't trust it because they say, every formation could be different. Everyone, if you have a really good striker, then that whole calculation doesn't make sense. But from your point of view, you're saying that that is a good place to start. The general MFL coach chart where it shows you this formation does well against this formation, and then you go from there.
Again, it's data, right? I mean, it's baseline data, and that is available for us to kind of look at how the formations have performed against specific formations. And again, let's just get an example, right? If 352 has performed really badly against a 4-1-2-1-2, and it has only 20% win record,
Mm-hmm.
uh, so you would probably start off with 4-1-2-1-2. But again, folks are right. There is, I was joking uh, about the different setups within the same formation. So within the same formation, you could set it up 82 different ways, right? That's the different permutations, combinations available with all the different settings. So one formation, you can run it 82 different ways. And I'm not even taking into account the width and the depth here as well, right? So it's probably more than 82 different ways. But the baseline data is telling you this specific formation works well against a 352. So I start off with the 4-1-2-1-2, but that's all it's telling me. Then from that point on, you study what the opponent is running. What kind of a 352 is he running? A high line? And if he runs a high line, can you exploit it with faster, wider mids who are in a wider setup? That way, there's more space to run across the three-man back line. If he runs a very low depth and a narrow or a compact setup, do you want to have longer shots active on one or two of your midfielders who have solid shooting? So those things will still have to be adjusted according to the opponent,
Yeah.
but this gives me a good like baseline or a starting point to get going with.
Okay. Yeah. No. I love it. Great tips, Sid. Great tips.
No,
Um, we made it. Your final club, the Los Galacticos. I first want to say the awake, obviously Real Madrid colors. The away kit purple. Is that your favorite Real Madrid away kit? Because I like the black and the gold ones. I think best. I can see Raul in the black and gold with the Aika sponsor and the. I like that one, but I do like the purple one too.
yeah, black and gold is yeah, one of my like all-time favorites. I think the purple was more of a recency bias.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have a blue away kit right now, and one of the most recent away kits which I loved was the purple one. I think Cristiano's farewell season probably was the purple
Yeah, I
away
think
kit.
so.
So I was like, okay, let's just go with purple. But the white and gold kind of, I don't even know if that's gold, but that kind of reflective of the kit that you spoke about earlier. That was from the
Yeah.
11-12, like Mourinho, Ozil, Cristiano season.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Um, when you're managing in the Diamond League, is your approach much different to say the other leagues? Your silver team is the methodology of okay, I look up the formation, and then I sort of see what I can do. Are you also rotating? Do you rotate the teams? Is it the exact same way you manage every season, or is there something different about the Diamond League?
Uh, bunch of the focus, or there's a lot of time dedicated to diamond for sure. Again, just to compare, for silver I may take like probably 10 minutes or 15 minutes looking at the opponent, just scrolling through the last 3-4 games, seeing what kind of setup, and within 15 minutes I can just set up a counteractive formation for that. For diamond it will be more of looking at the player specifically, seeing if there is a specific weakness which can be exploited. Uh, we touched upon this earlier, right? If there's a weak right back, if there's a weak left back, is there something that I could do? Prefer left flank to the other flank, so on and so forth. So it
Hmm.
definitely takes a little bit more time and research in diamond, and I think it kind of has helped me out in the last season and the current season as well. Uh,
Hmm.
so yeah, I'm hoping to continue that approach, and I mean, now that the second team is up in gold, it might warrant a little bit more time, but we'll figure it out in season 10.
And the other thing is, do you feel pressure? Because there's lots of people watching you. There's a lot of talk. You know, the Win Dirtcast will be doing the diamond thing, and people are looking at this league. Do you feel any of that pressure, or it's just you don't feel anything?
It's kind of a mixed bag, to be honest. I mean, there is a little bit of pressure for sure. There's a lot of attention now on the Diamond League than what was like there before. So there's people like rooting for Bob and myself. We are kind of the new guys in Diamond. Uh, there's a little bit of pressure for sure, but then again, I think like, okay, I'm the underdog here as well, right? I mean, I'm projected to finish eighth or ninth. I think
Oh
last
wow,
season
what a
was,
season!
yeah, this season was, yeah, last was ninth, and this season was projected to be eighth.
Hmm.
So yeah, anything higher than that, even like one position or two positions higher than the projection in diamond, is, I can see that as a major win.
Yeah,
And uh, I think not even mid season. It was earlier than that when we did Bendak. I'll call out Jimbo. He definitely cursed me. I was supposed to win this. Just kidding. Not,
Jimbo.
but yeah, I think we were like really close back then. Galacticos was on 15, and there were like a couple of teams on 14. It was
Yeah.
really close. And post mid season, I think the team has won like 2 games. There were like bunch of draws, but
Oh
man,
yeah, a lot
I
of draws.
cannot win at all like post mid season, and the whole mid table up until the relegation playoff spot has become really tight. But yeah, no complaints though. I mean, fourth place is still amazing. There are like elite managers, right? You see Big Will in fifth. He won Titans yesterday. Sturge came up with me and Bob. We got promoted in the same season. He's got an amazing squad. Um, you got yeah, MFC Roma, Fraj, Dio. I mean, these are like seasoned
Yeah.
managers with amazing squads and amazing setups. So I mean, fourth is a major win. So pressure wise, a little pressure, but again, I'm definitely like punching above my weight. So yeah, enjoying every bit of it.
And you're going to be the kingmakers. You're who are Meta Mercenaries playing on the final game?
Meta Mercenaries, I believe, has both of them are, I believe, relatively like winnable games. Okay, so he's playing
GTA
Max,
Ontario,
and I
yeah.
believe Bob is playing Roma. So yeah, it's, I
Okay.
mean, everything is at stake. Joga, who's in sixth spot, he could end up as low as ninth today. So the teams
Wow.
down there, if they win, they could push him down to ninth. So there's a lot of excitement, pressure up in the air today. The only one with a little less pressure is probably me, but like you said, that game could define who's winning the title. So yeah, we'll see how things go.
Yeah. No, it's it's almost like you're playing a different game. I always check the Diamond League, and it feels like I'm checking another game. I'm checking Football Manager. I'm checking a whole other game right now, and going, oh wow, what game are these guys playing? It looks really fun. But
Yeah, I mean, the thought
when
process is very similar, though. I think there are like managers in Stone Iron who like do a lot of good things, right? So they are
yeah.
overachieving. I think Finn in Platt is an example. I think he was projected to be like ninth or tenth, and he's in top two right now. Kev, again, I mean, a great manager, has like projections ninth, tenth, and he ends up winning the title. So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean it's basically the same thought process. It's just a different. I see it as a different set of players that you get to use.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, it's fun. It's fun. The experience is fun, and the interactive community makes it even more uh, like nice. And the package as a whole is amazing.
Yeah, I've never been a part of a community this supportive and nice, and it's yeah, it's the reason why I think I'm still playing. But it's a huge factor, the community. What do you think it will take to win the Diamond League? Like, what is there something you think you need to do or strengthen, or do you think it's just a case of you'll have your season, it'll come eventually? How long
Uh,
till you can win it, basically?
I mean, it is winnable with some more resources. I'll put it that way. Or
Okay.
it is winnable 3, 4 seasons down the line once some of these mega players call it a day and retire.
Yeah.
Right. So there are like some crazy strikers up there. Beckman, Kovacs, Klose, I think they're all 97, 98 rated strikers. So they're in a different uh, plane altogether. Once some of these start retiring, then I don't know if we'll be having a 97, 98 striker right after that, but 95 or 96 could become a real meta then. And my uh, belief is try to get some of these younger players. I think I had the youngest squad in Diamond this year, so I
Oh, that's
feel
good.
it's really well set for the next few seasons. So hopefully catch that next power curve where I get quite a few 95, 96 rated with the right kind of progression. That way, from a whole league projection perspective, I'm in the top two or a top three, and when I'm there I could really start pushing for it. Again, I
Hmm.
could get some crazy loans in and start going at it now as well, but again, I don't know if it's worth the rev share right now with the type of squads that Ronin and Bob and uh, Milano have right now. They
Yeah.
basically have like nearly a team full of ultimates, so I could get there with probably like 80% rev share, right? With the team
Hmm.
I have, add 7, 8 more ultimates in with 10 to 15% on each of them. But is it worth it for now? So
Yeah.
probably buy my time for the next 3, 4 seasons, how the change in power curve works, and start pushing from there on.
That sounds like a very sensible, a very Sid-like approach. Sensible, patient, keep sticking to the method, and glory will come if you stick with
Fingers
it.
crossed. Yeah,
I'm rooting for you, Sid. What you're my guy now. You're my diamond guy. I want to see you win it one league, one year. It'll be amazing. Sid,
hopefully soon.
thank you so much for coming on today. I've really enjoyed meeting you. I've really enjoyed putting a personality to the online persona I see in Discord and online and in other streams where I see Sid's there. Like now we're friends now, Sid. Welcome to the Amreezy Circle. You're welcome back anytime. Would you like to promote anything? Anything you'd like to push or?
No, no. Yeah, I mean, MFL as a game. I know there were a couple of viewers earlier who were not into MFL, and yeah, there is a trial club promotion that's still running. Give it a go, see
Oh
how
yeah,
things work out, and you're going to love it. And especially if you were in a space of FIFA, Sorare, any kind of Web3 platforms prior to this, definitely give it a go. And yeah, hopefully you will be part of the Ramble community and Amreezy community in the future as well, where trade players help each other out and keep the game going.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Sid, thank you once again. Our paths will cross again. I'm gonna go now watch the Jimbo stream. If anyone's watching this live, Jimbo's starting a stream on Twitch now. So if you want even more MFL content, jump over and see Jimbo. Otherwise, take care, Sid, and good luck with your final game of the season, mate.
Thank you, absolutely, and it was a pleasure talking to you. Hopefully, we'll catch up again sometime soon. Yeah, and good luck to everyone who's watching this now or later. Hopefully, your season finishes strong, and if you are in the playoffs, good luck with those as well. Uh, Catch up with everyone later. Thank you.
Take care, guys.